more on the decision, I want to bring in Jodie Emery. She's a cannabis activist and civil liberties advocate. She joins me now from Vancouver. Jodie, good morning. Good to see you. First of all, your reaction to the Cannabis Act passing.
I'm actually quite distressed about it. I'm trying so hard to see the positive, but as you just heard, the police across this country are celebrating the fact that they get hundreds of millions of dollars in extra marijuana law enforcement on top of the nearly $1 billion in marijuana law enforcement that we already see being spent. For me and so many others, we wake up today seeing nothing different. We're still criminals in the eyes of the government. I'm still being punished. People are still losing their jobs and their kids and their right to travel. So legalization for whom? In what way is this benefiting the victims of prohibition and the activists who have suffered and sacrificed for decades looking for freedom and justice?
I thought you'd be happy.
The headline is good. I mean, ultimately, yes, the news that goes around the world is that Canada has legalized cannabis. You can do it too. And for me as an activist, I did this in Washington State. The details were terrible. The overall message was great. So the overall message is, yeah, Canada legalized cannabis, hooray. But the actual details is where there are a lot of devils. The civil liberties advocates, the lawyers, the people who represent marginalized Indigenous youth, the poor, all of the victims of prohibition, we aren't celebrating today. Where's our apology? Where is our amnesty? Where's the focus on the victims of prohibition? It's nowhere to be found. In fact, C-45 introduces 45 new cannabis offenses, with maximums going up to 14 years, equating cannabis to pornography with children, terrorism, and assaulting police. And now, at every level of government, you have municipal, provincial, and federal laws, tickets for smoking in public, jail time for having your legal plants visible in British Columbia. There are so many problems that I find it very hard to celebrate today, being a criminal for cannabis alongside hundreds of thousands of others.
So you don't think there should be any rules, restrictions, laws around how this is rolled out? I mean, let's remember here, people can now soon smoke or grow marijuana without getting a criminal record here in Canada.
Well, that's not quite true. You can have 30 grams of government-approved cannabis. If it doesn't come from a government store, it's still criminal. You can have 4 legal plants if your province lets you have it. There are provinces that will not let people grow legal plants. In Ontario, if you smoke legal cannabis in public, it's a $1,000 ticket. Imagine the homeless getting tickets of that amount. And if you smoke in your rental apartment, you can be evicted. If you test on a drug test at work for cannabis, you can lose your job. And C-45, the driving, there are so many problems. Lawyers are quite distressed, as am I.
Jodie Emery, we'll have to leave it there for today because of time, but thank you for sharing your thoughts on this today.